What's up, everybody? Back for another Star World video, and with the Memory of Chaos quite literally like 22 minutes away from the last version to get it, right? Because obviously, if you are on the American servers, you get them absolutely last, right? Which does suck, right? However, it is kind of nice because we have all of the information available for us already. So obviously we got to make a video on the best teams to run. Now, if you're wondering why I'm recording this 22 minutes before, it's because I made the video and then realized that I should probably start including MOC 11 in these because people actually do struggle with MOC 11. If you struggle with 10 and want me to add 10 to this, let me know. So I already had the video recorded, was literally about to hit schedule for 10 minutes to just like right when it drops, right? So when people get to it and they look it up, they can see it and go, okay, cool, these are the teams. And so I was like, oh crap, here we go. Delete the video, re-record, have all the tier list stuff. Normally I do the tier list like in the video, but I just have them pre-made this time. So here we go. So for floor, well, actually, before we get into the floors, let's actually talk about the buff. The buff for new MOC out of home is increase allies max HP by 30%. Every time an ally is attacked, restores HP equal to 5% of their max HP and adds 1 hit to the hits per action, aka the memory turbulence. The thing that like spins, it's like a little like cube, it spins and then does damage at the end, right? Every time an ally consumes HP, restores 10% and adds 2 stacks, right? This effect can only trigger once per attack and up to 20 hits can be added this way. At the end, or sorry, at the beginning, sorry, it's pretty much the end of the cycle, but does not technically since the beginning, which is stupid. It should be end. Please change that. Literally so many cycles could be saved if this hit at the very end. Anyway, at the beginning of the cycle, each hit from every turbulence deals 1 instance of true damage to a random enemy target. So pretty much, you get hit, you heal 5%, you get 1 stack. If you take energy from yourself, sorry, not energy, HP, good lord, I can speak, you get 10% in 2 stacks, meaning characters like Blade and Mide are going to really like this. Heck, it's literally just made for Mide, right? It's just the Mide Glaze MOC. Everybody gets one, right? Now, in terms of teams, the first one, as always, really quickly though, Meta always is at top. These are characters who just are going to excel very, very well. They're characters like Aventurine for really good sustain, Sunday for really good supporting, and then characters like Mide who are they just made for this. Hurt is also really strong. Anoxa should be out by the time this leaves, is also very strong because it just implants weakness to the enemies, and then you get the gist, right? So for the first one, we have Fei Zhao, Firefly, and Yunli for the Hule boss. Yes, that says 1.3 million HP times 2. And then we have, I believe his name was Nikador, right? I believe that's his name. He has 2.8 times 2. For him, Aglia, Acheron, Jingyun, and Castoris are going to be the best ones, right? Castoris could honestly be in meta always because she's probably going to be the best DPS in the game when she drops. But for simplicity's sake, we're going to give her an actual assigned team, and that's going to be the second one, right? In terms of can work characters, it's pretty much just your do you have their best team / do you have dupes in them / do you have the signature light cone, and if the answer is yes to all that, then you could probably get a clear out with them, right? But overall, these ones should be the best ones to run. This is for MOC 11, right? Now, in terms of MOC 12, the HP is going to jump up pretty nicely. Just kidding, because for some reason times two, and they gave Kafka. Okay, so to be fair, Kafka has 2 enemies with her who have 1.1 million, right? But it's still really funny to see, like, oh, 1.3, 2.8. Okay, yep. To be fair, he does take a lot of damage, right, when you get his conditions right. But it's really funny to see, technically speaking, phase 11 has more HP than phase 12, right? This is why I'm including the 11th fight in, or the stage, floor, whatever the hell you want to call it, in this, because I just am so used to autoing, or not literally autoing, but like just clearing it instantly and just really focusing on MOC 12, right? Because before I'd auto all the way to 10, right? Because I'd be like, okay, the last 3 fights are really the only ones that truly interest me because everything else just dies in the 2 hits, right? So being like autopilot from MOC 11 most of the time, I totally forget that it's actually still pretty hard, right? I am very curious if they're ever going to add new stages, because before it was MOC 10, right? MOC 10 was the hard one, and it was MOC 9 and MOC 10. And now we have 11 and 12. right? So I'm curious to see if they're going to do MOC like 13, 14. That would technically be more rewards, but good lord, I cannot imagine how much HP and how hard they would hit, right? Regardless though, meta as always has not changed. For the first team, Aglia, Acheron, and Castorus will be pretty good. This is the new enemy from the newest story update. He has like his little clones that like attack with him when he does like a big attack. He actually hits pretty damn hard, right? I was actually shocked that when I was in the story, and I was just looking at the fight because, you know, I'm just hitting auto because I'm just focusing on the story. I don't really care about the fight. So I was like, auto's got it. I'm going to focus on the dialogue and whatnot. And I had to unpause it for a second because I was like, well, hang on, why is he hitting so hard? Like, my healer doesn't want to heal at like half HP. And then next thing I know, a bunch of characters are like super low. And I was like, whoa, 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 hang on. Let's relax now. So I can only imagine how hard the MOC version is going to hit. So I highly recommend if you have a sustain like Aventurine, he would probably be better for it. Obviously, give it a little test run, but if he's hitting too hard, you're going to need a very strong healer for that, right? But this is the new enemy. He has little summons, but only he matters. So you can do single target stuff, but if you do AoEs, you're going to see some nice juicy damage. Even if it is overkill, it does look pretty nice. All right, then for the second one, we have Kafka. It's been a minute since we saw her, but you know, the two side enemies are weak to imaginary as well, so Rappa will do pretty well. Firefly as well, because the two side enemies are weak to fire, and then Fei Xiao will just, you know, single target it down and go from there. Blade could probably be in one of these two fights, right? Because this whole mechanic is centered around Mide, and it actually just happens to work out for Blade, right? But it has been a minute since I've used him, since I don't actually own him on my account, so I'm going to put him in can work just to play it safe. Everybody else is pretty much just, do you have Sunday with him? Boot Hill works if you can burst him down without getting hit too often. Yunli probably work better on the second one because there's multiple enemies that can hit her over and over. And then Sparkle and Burning are good supports. Obviously not as good as supports up here, but they can work. Same for these guys. And then it's really just, you know, use Topaz over Marsh follow up, this over Jiaoqiu. You know, you get the gist, right? But other than that, that's pretty much the teams I would recommend. You can use the characters down here and have some success, but I'm not going to recommend somebody who's getting to MOC 12 like, yeah, definitely use Dr. Ratio on this fight, right? Because there's 3 enemies, and Dr. Ratio is an older character. I'm not saying he can't clear it, right? There's definitely going to be people who do it. But for the average player, if I tell them to clear MOC 12 with Dr. Ratio, they're going to fucking struggle. They're going to struggle, right? That's just how it is, right? But other than that, let me know in the comments if you guys struggled through this MOC, if you blazed through it, if you want me to continue doing a tier list for MOC 11. This is, I believe, the first time I've done it. Maybe I didn't like the far past, but let me know if you want me to continue adding this one to it or just focus on MOC 12. Let me know in the comments what teams you actually use to clear it as well, just because, you know, it could help out someone in the comments who came to this video and like, okay, well, I don't have any of these options. Let me look down and see what other people are using. Oh, hey, I use that team. That could help someone out. Also, let me know what you guys are going to use someone on. Are you saving, going for a light cone, going for Mide, going for Ho-Ho? Let me know. I am going to try to hit soft pity for Mide to see if I can't win my 50-50. If I lose it, it's going to be a little unfortunate because I could have technically got Blade or Zaylee, who I don't own, but you know, I really do like Mide, so I'm going to take the gamble. Other than that, that'll pretty much be it for the video, you know. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, yada yada, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.